USMC Chef back at you. Yes, sir. Today we'll be making some bone-in beef short ribs. Yes, sir. Some bone-in beef short ribs. Yes, sir. And here's the star of the show. What I've been doing is short ribs. I've been braising them. As you can see, you definitely gotta make sure that you braise your short ribs. Yes, sir. Looking pretty. Yes, sir. Don't forget the braising. That's why they're called braised beef short ribs. Now we're gonna add our veggies or potatoes, carrots, celery, onion, a little bit of mushrooms to the pot. What we're gonna do is just go ahead and kind of get these cooking a little bit. Now with this, we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of salt, pepper, onion, salt, smoked paprika, and some little bit of beef bouillon powder, better than bouillon. Now that I got the seasonings on, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a little whirl. One thing I want to tell you about when you do your potatoes, make sure that you take your potatoes and rinse them in cold water in a bowl to get all the starch out. You don't want to be having all that starch in your roux while this is roasting in the oven. So got the seasonings on. We're gonna let it cook for another, I say about another minute or two. Then we're gonna go add our tomato paste, Dijon mustard, and a little bit of wine, red wine. Yes, sir. All right, we got the 2 heapings of that tomato paste, heaping of Dijon mustard. You want to know what a heaping is? Tomato paste, maybe about 3 tablespoons. Dijon mustard, about 2 tablespoons. Got a little bit of Worcester sauce in it, maybe 2 teaspoons full. We're gonna go ahead and stir this up. Yes, sir. Now we're gonna deglaze the skillet here and get everything in there. Seasonings, tomato paste, Dijon mustard, little Worcester sauce. Now we're gonna add 2 cups of a red wine. Yes, sir. If you don't drink, you can add beef broth. All right, people, we let it go ahead and after add the 2 cups of wines, let it just simmer there for about 2-3 minutes. Remember to take your utensil and scrape the bottom of the pot to get all that added flavoring off the bottom. And then last but not least, I threw my string beans in there because you don't want them to totally overcook. Now, over here, I added the aromatics to the beef short ribs. We got a little bit of garlic, bay leaves, little rosemary, little thyme in here. Okay, yes, sir. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the vegetables with a slurry mixed up, and we're gonna go ahead and pour it over these beef short ribs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it in there. Beef short ribs buried underneath. Now, last thing we're gonna do, we're gonna add a 1.5 cups of beef broth, or you can use vegetable broth, chicken broth, water, whatever to your liking. All right, people, it's all set. Last thing I did is shook a little bit of soy sauce over the top. Now this right here is a whole meal. You ain't got to do nothing else. Once this come out the oven, plate it, eat it. You got your meat, you got your green vegetables, you got your starches, you got the whole shebang. Yes, sir. This is smelling so good right now. What I'm going to do is put the lid on this. Oven is preheated to 375 and let it slow cook for about 3.5-4 hours. And it's going to be falling off the bone. Yes, sir. A little bit of question and answers for y'all. USMC Chef, I don't like all those vegetables on my bone-in beef short ribs. Answered. then don't put them in. USMC chef, I don't drink, so I don't want to put wine in mine. Answer, then don't put it in. Use water, beef broth. Any other questions you may have, I'll fill them later on a later day. Till then, USMC chef. See ya. Simplify. Yes, sir.